Now, by day, Christopher Freigang is rather a product specialist at Old Mutual, and during his free time, he gives free financial tips to the average that is on TikTok. Now, through his platform on TikTok, Zach Matters, Christopher teaches why it's important to be financially literate. Christopher, good evening and welcome to the Daily Roundup.
Thank you so much for having me, Erika.
All right.
It's a pleasure to be here today.
Okay, let's get straight into it. Talk to us about your inspiration. What inspired you to start this TikTok account named Zach Matters?
So yeah, just to be clear, it's Zak, and I think Zak is a colloquial term for money in Namibia. And because it's part of my daily job that I do as a certified financial planner and product specialist, and I've realized that within the Namibian youth, there's a lack of financial literacy. So I thought, why not share this in a fun and informative way? Because I do dabble in some social media content creation from time to time. So I thought the mixture will be of good importance for the country.
Nice. Now, how do you ensure that your financial advice resonates with the younger audience on social media platforms such as TikTok?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Erika. I think growing up as a millennial and Gen Z in Namibia, not coming from the most affluent background, my experiences can relate to a lot of Namibians going through similar things. Obviously, going through life as a broke student and starting off as a corporate professional, not with much inheritance or financial backing. So I think through my personal experiences, it's easy to resonate with the millennials or Gen Z in Namibia.
Right. Now maybe just give us a typical example of a successful financial tip and strategy that you've shared on TikTok.
I think that was my recent video where I shared how to budget. So very basic tip on how to budget, the 50-30-20 strategy. And I wouldn't say it went viral, but I think a lot of people shared it and they could relate with how they're supposed to budget.
Okay. Now, how do you balance entertainment value with the seriousness of financial planning in your content?
I think it's understanding how our generation perceive or how they take in information. And I think with short summarized videos, giving them the information that they need without sounding too boring. Obviously, finances isn't the most ideal topic you want to be talking about. So giving it to them in a short way that they could understand and speaking their language.
All right. Now, what sets your financial advice apart from traditional approaches? What sets it apart?
I think, first of all, I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. I'm not trying to promote any given financial services provider, first of all. I don't make my money off commission, so I'm a salaried employee. And I think it's just for the better of the nation, and I think people always give you advice depending on how they can gain from it. But I think from my strategies that I honestly just want to inform people on very basic concepts that could help them live a financially free life. My apologies.
All right, interesting. Now, how do you address common misconceptions about financial planning through your TikTok videos?
That's an interesting one because I get numerous DMs from people saying, I've had this experience, or this is my situation, how can you assist? And I think through replying personal DMs, when I do have the time, and then also creating response videos in terms of the messages that I do receive that I think that I can see are very occurrent, and then making a video on that and just letting it out there and seeing what the people feel like.
Nice. Well, is there anything else that you want to let your viewers know, or your fans or your followers on Zach Matters that is on TikTok? What message do you have for them?
Thank you for the opportunity, Erika. I think so. If you feel like you have some financial troubles, you want to inform yourself more on basic financial concepts, follow my channel on Instagram and TikTok. That's at C Freigang. Zach Matters. Is it because money does matter? Because all of us obviously deal with money issues every single day. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
It's my pleasure, Erika. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. And that wraps up today's edition of the Daily Roundup here on NBC One. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. From me, Erika Nawinda, and the rest of the production crew, it's good night.
Lux Records. Pulling my back.